Hey YouTube, SlingBlade98 here. This video is going to be my rant on WWE. This won't be so much aimed to bash as to spotlight what I think they're doing wrong, and I will try to offer some constructive criticism throughout this video that is kind of fair to the company because they do seem relatively content with where they are currently positioned. My first topic I'd like to talk about is the tag team division. The first subtopic within that, though, is the tag teams at pay-per-views. As far as tag teams at pay-per-views go, in 08, they've pretty much shoved the tag teams aside to put in these stupid, gimmicky women tag team matches, these, the overstocked, diva tag team matches, in which, in the rare occasions that all women actually do get in there, there's so many that no one will be in there for a decent amount of time, so those are pretty much stupid, and we've only even had 2 tag team matches at pay-per-views, and they've both been diva ones. Not entertaining really at all, nothing, every one of them's been under 3 stars. Anyways, as far as legitimate tag team division product matches, matches consisting of tag teams at pay-per-views, featuring tag teams that actually team with each other on a regular basis, the last one we actually saw was at One Night Stand 2007. That's 11 months ago, by the way. Hardy Boys versus World's Greatest Tag Team in a ladder match. That was absolutely awesome. The only other thing you could really make an argument about, though, that was a good tag team match since that time, though, is what was it? Oh yeah, Survivor Series, but that was just a tag team match. That wasn't really featuring the tag team division, just a lot of main event people, and that wasn't even anything to compare to the one at One Night Stand. Anyways, in case you're wondering why I chose One Night Stand, I actually went from Backlash, and I actually kept tracking backwards on Wikipedia, because, it has, the previous pay-per-view button, and actually I went through that, and all the tag team matches I found were either just under 10-minute long things, probably somewhere in the 2-star range, or women's tag team matches, and a lot of the pay-per-views didn't even have a tag team match. So I think the tag team matches at pay-per-views need to be brought back. And other than that, on the TV shows, they have been all the TV shows tag team divisions, well, Raw and SmackDown, because ECW doesn't even really have a tag team division. I guess just Colin, Delaney, and Dreamer pretty much, because Miz and Morrison are mainly wrestling on SmackDown, I guess. But anyways, all the tag team divisions on the TV shows are pretty stagnant. On SmackDown, they just have Miz and Morrison as tag team champions, which I don't have an issue with, but they only have 1 or 2 tag teams to contend with. Let's go down the list. Deuce and Domino, they pretty much are jobbers right now. Jesse and Festus aren't really in contention for the titles either, and Jimmy Wang Yang and Shannon Moore, they just keep losing, so as much as their matches between the 2 teams are entertaining, it is kind of pointless to just see them fight if they're just going to lose over and over again. Sorry, I'm sick. Anyways, where was I? Oh yeah, as far as the Raw tag team division goes, the titles have been held by Hardcore Holly and Cody Rhodes since fall of 2007, and they aren't really doing too much with that. They're just fighting with the oddly paired tag team of Carlito and Santino Marella, who I feel is a complete jackass. Anyways, other than that, virtually the only thing that makes the Raw tag team division worth even thinking about is the return of Crime Time, which in itself has gone stale because they aren't even really doing anything. All the matches they've had, they've pretty much won with roll-ups, and pretty much the Highlanders were being jobbers, and now the guy with the long hair is getting punished because he was at the TNA show on March 27th. Anyways, so the tag team divisions on the shows are about as lackluster as the shows themselves for the most part. Most of the time there is 1 or 2 matches that make it a semi-interesting prospect, which segues me into my next point. WWE is kind of having TV shows that can't even hold a candle to the pay-per-views. Since their improvement, which began in late 2007, I would probably highlight Chris Jericho's return as the first major thing that kind of like jump started that, but there is some things that kind of precursored that. Yeah. Anyways, where was I? I'm sorry, I keep coughing and I lose my place. Anyways, I feel the TV shows have become kind of lackluster. Joey Styles being off ECW has tremendously taken away from the show. And as to this Mike Adamle walk-off deal, I already talked about that. I don't know where they're going with that. But ECW itself is kind of growing old a little bit. I mean, I'm not here to elaborate on the overall anatomies of the shows, but there is usually one or two interesting things in there, and the rest is just kind of boring. So I feel that the pay-per-views have been excellent, all of them in 2008. Royal Rumble, let's go back to that. Pretty much all the matches were solid except for one or two, and the Royal Rumble match was amazing. John Cena's return shocked the hell out of me. No Way Out, the chamber matches were great, with the exception of the Raw chamber matches end, kind of precursor to WrestleMania, which was also very good, with the exception of Batista versus Umaga and the Bunny Mania match. And Backlash was excellent. So as you see, there's excellent pay-per-views, but it seems like we're getting the same lackluster shows we've had for years. So bring it back to the way it was at the peak of the TV show entertainment period, which in my opinion was probably about January, because they were putting on pretty much excellent Raws consistently. And I don't know, I don't quite get why the TV shows are so terrible, yet the pay-per-views are so good. So I don't know, at least WWE, make your TV shows on par to your pay-per-views, because your overall quality is not just your pay-per-views. Those are the climaxes and the main things, but it's pretty much 50-50. I mean, the TV shows are where the thing runs out and plays out along. I mean that might have the climax of the feud or the big title match, but if there's nothing interesting on the TV show and then it's just the pay-per-view, you're only giving 50% and an entertaining product. So yeah, I just don't quite understand. That's my thoughts on that. Anyways, the next thing I wanted to briefly talk about was Triple H and that whole controversial thing with Jeff Hardy getting screwed at No Way Out. I feel the reason Triple H did this was he wanted people to praise him for, finally putting someone over in the much over Jeff Hardy. But I think he wanted to use as temporary praise until the point of No Way Out, where he just planned to squash him to make himself look good, and then take Jeff Hardy out in the main event, all the meanwhile getting himself more attention and some legitimate heat. I don't think Triple H really cares if you like him or not. I just think he wants to be the center of attention. So despite all this, and it may sound like I'm bashing Triple H, I'm not a Triple H hater. I actually love Triple H, despite all the crap he does, being a glory hog, his backstage politics. And I am pretty much one of the few people on here who's actually, who makes videos, who actually is happy about Triple H being champion. And I understand most of you are longer-term wrestling fans, but, I'm younger. I just started watching a few years ago. So I wasn't around for Triple H's, his multitude of, 10 title reigns. I just saw the one at No Way Out, which only lasted about an hour. So this is all new to me. The game as champion is excellent in my book, and I'm sorry for the rest of you who are very angry about this. I would have preferred to see Randy Orton retain rather than that, but I don't know. I can't say I'd honestly like Cena to win that, and we all know JBL is just in there to make it a fatal four-way. Anyways, these are my thoughts on WWE. I think it is a great company, but I think there is some things that they could make themselves improve. Just exponentially. It could be so much better, and it has improved a lot, but I don't know, it's just small things they could do, and I don't know. I like WWE, and through better or worse, I will continue to watch, just like Truth Slayer said on his video, why he keeps watching TNA. It's hope that it'll get better, because if you just give up, you might miss better times. Anyways, that was one of the greatest videos in pretty much the history of YouTube shooting. So check out Truth Slayer's video on Hope. Anyways, this is my shoot on WWE. I'm Slingblade98. Thank you for watching. I'm out.